Hey again, guys. So it's about noon-ish, um, and these pieces have finally dried. I had a fan on them, and I just wanted to make sure they were as dry as possible before I started painting. So right now, I'm just going to take my chip brush. This is from when I painted these pieces earlier, and I just kind of wrapped it up so it doesn't get dry and crusty, and I didn't have to wash it. So yeah, I'm going to take my chip brush, my Jaro paint, and just start going at it. Oh, yeah, let's do this piece first. Actually, you know what? I want to do the chest piece. I want to do the chest piece on camera. Apologies if you can't hear me. I'm trying not to be super loud. My roommate, their room is right above mine. Yeah, I think that's dry enough. I don't know if you can even see it, but down from these pieces, like this one, I brought all of it so it trails on the edge, so kind of be behind this piece will be rusty, which will make that middle section really pop out. So I'm just gonna Velcro this side together. There. And we'll get to it. Yeah, there's not really a rhyme or reason on how to do this, but you just want to get it all up in these little crevices and stuff like that because you don't want anything poking through. It's not super important because we're just going to go back in and put like rust all in these pieces. Kind of like we did with the, well, kind of like I did with the mask. Yeah. This is going to be a lot easier to paint than the like arm pieces and leg pieces. Because they're a lot smaller, the holes are. So, yeah. For the head, that's what I did. So if you look in there, that's all hard. And then the rust, I trailed it down for the drip spots. I need to do more rust. Actually, I should have probably done that earlier. But at the bottom of his teeth, because it looks a little too clean across there. And there are some places I need to go back in. I need to touch up his rust. Some pieces I missed, like up under here. Yeah, that's another video for another time. Yeah, so I'll just continue chip brushing. This is just the tedious process I've set for myself. Can you see that? I don't even know if you can see it. Yeah? Yeah. Yeah. If you end up doing this, whoever is watching this, or Jacoby, if you ever want to do this, just take your time. It's not a rush. Make sure you get in all the spots. Because you're going to regret it later when you look back at it. I mean, it's not that hard to go back in and touch it up, but like you might as well just get it right on the first try. Okay, so that middle hole is done. All these edges inside of here have been painted in. So I'm gonna do this little dude next. Also, I'm wearing an apron because when I work with the chip brush, it just flings paint everywhere. So, might be because I'm doing it wrong, but what can you do? Sorry, you probably can't see, but I'm trying to look inside this little hole here. Yeah. So pretty much I'm just dabbing, and wiggling the paintbrush around the bristles when it's on contact with something, just to make sure it gets in the cracks. Hey, there's that hole. Let's get inside this little one. Perfect. Now this dude up here. I really like the idea of, let's see if I get the shine off him. I don't know if you can see him. This little chunk right here, that the head, you know, being here, can't see it, but up here in space. That any moisture from his head, you know, decomposing, you know, because he's Springtrap, would rust out any pieces, especially like chunks up here, and the rust would dribble down this line. So I kind of fell in love with this idea of putting rust in these pockets. And it'll give dimension to this little front belly piece that it desperately will need, especially if it's going to have cameras taking photos of it. Like I mentioned in a previous video, overpainting. Overpainting is key for movie props or anything that's going to be photographed, which is important to remember if you're doing cosplay, because more than likely at least one person will ask you in a day, you know, to take a picture. And so it's something to mull over. I'm just doing the neckline up here. And then I'm going to go in around the belly here and get these pieces. Actually, I'm going to stop here and get this little guy. Sweet. It's already looking way better. Okay, I'm going to get side piece. Yeah, I'll have to figure out how to fix or go over the seam, because it's going to be awkward, but at least it's not on his his good side. So camera angles will probably be from that side. Hopefully, if people ask permission to take pictures, but then again, I guess if it's a photographer, they know which angle is the better one. Hopefully. I must say, chip brushes are probably my favorite type of brush, because, I don't know, I do a lot of work that I just beat the crap out of my paintbrushes, and they get into all the crevasses I make with all my creatures, like the mandrake especially. I mean, I might have to upgrade to more precise tools, but until that day, the majority of my stuff is chip brushes. Yeah, so I think we got all the pieces on this side. Dope. Okay, I'm gonna get this underpiece right here. Okay. I don't know if you can even see the texture yet, but it's already, I don't know, you might be able to kind of see it a little bit. But it's so much better than what it was with just the Dremel surface. Okay. The side piece. These side seams are really easy to get to. I'm glad I put them in. They were super easy, but gosh, they're gonna add just beautiful dimension to the costume. Okay, get this little side do down here. So, kind of following this drip pattern, like moisture came down, dribbled around the edge, a little bit got in here, and I have some drips put in. But for this one, I really put like a heavy drip down here. So we'll see when I start putting rust in what I do with that. If I add a little more orange or a little more of a brown tone. It's kind of how I feel in the moment. Sweet. Yeah, this is just the base layer. Once I get them painted this olive green that I mixed up, it's not technically a bought color. I took a bunch of different acrylics and I mixed them together. I mean, Jacoby was there for this. He was watching me while he was doing the rust for these pieces. He he kept looking over and it was so many different colors. Like you got spring green and there was like Christmas tree green, and I even added some antique gold in there, some metallic sequin black, browns, yellows, just mixing it until I got the color I was satisfied with. Gosh, we're already at 12 minutes. I'll probably just finish the front part of this and then cut the video there because 20-ish minutes of you watching me paint might be a little much. Oh yeah, I'm getting splattered right now. At least I have. It's important when you're painting to wear a proper attire if you're going to be painting that day. Don't wear just any old t-shirt unless you're comfortable getting it dirty with paint. I always wear, or at least I always try to wear an apron, even if it's a shop shirt. I just like to keep it clean as much as possible. Okay, there's that. I'm gonna just do around this edge here. And I think we're ready to start filling in all these light green gaps. So I'm just gonna start over here and make my way around the animatronic shell. I'm not gonna do the back yet. I'll save that for well, time I'm not on the camera. Again, take your time. Make sure you get into cracks and stuff. Like in here, these Dremel, I don't know if you can even see them. It's a really deep Dremel gash right there. And you can see the tiny flecks of green inside of it. Oh, light green. You want to get the dark green up in there. There's one side. Just my camera here. I don't know how many coats I'm going to do for this, but it'll probably be quite a few just so I can make sure I get all my ducks in a row. Make sure I've got all the pieces covered. Oh, that's a nice piece. You can't see it, but there's where I really brought this drip down. It's really, the texture is really good, but fairly not good enough for camera. This will probably be more of a, like a live in person kind of like texture appreciation. Unless the rust really makes it pop. It's looking great already. Yeah, we're running around 18 right now, so yeah, it'll probably be more of a around the 20-minute mark we stop this. Ta-da! Even though you probably can't see a difference. Well, I mean, you can see the color difference, but not quite. Ooh, legs cramped. But yeah, so that's that. I'll try to move it closer so you can possibly see more texture. Yeah, that's kind of good. You see the rust drips on it, maybe. There we go. You can kind of see the grittiness of it. Probably just hit my coffee mug. So yeah, I'm gonna set this back here. I got a lot more painting to do. I gotta do another coat on these guys. But we're trekking along. We got about half a month until this costume needs to be finished, and we're actually, I think we're pretty much ahead of schedule at this point. So this has been Iron Pirate Cosplay, doing just another vlog style thing, and yeah, flying by the seat of our pants. See you later.